Hello everyone. Welcome to Study Online and welcome to Python class. Today happens to be the day 24 of Python codes. When it comes to the topic happens to be the utmost important. And if you attend any Python interview, 100% you can expect one question. Now I'm telling you can expect a single question from this topic. What is the topic name? If you ask me, the topic name happens to be what? Lambda functions. Is that fine? Now what I'll do, I'll just do one thing. I would like to share you the screen. Let me just open the notes. Okay. Within this, I would like to create a text file. Maybe the text file happens to be a day 24 is what I will tell. Just keep on observing. Let me just click on this day 24. Okay. Just now I have told you what is the topic name. Anyone please do respond in the chat box. That's why, because most of them will not be aware of this topic and many of them will hesitate to write this particular function. Survey because they'll not understand properly. That's the reason. You don't worry about that. I will take care regarding all those things. Okay, please tell me what is the function name? Very good. Don't you think the function name happens to be what? Lambda functions. The function name happens to be lambda functions. Very good. Okay, sir, what do you mean by this lambda function? The name itself is weird, sir. Lambda, it seems. First of all, tell me, whenever it comes to Python, fine. If you want to define a function, how many ways are there? I hope these things you people are very clear with that. Please tell me, in case of Python, how many ways we can define a function? Using how many keywords we can define a function? I hope already I have told you regarding this when I started functions topic. Correct, right? Okay, sir, which are those two ways, sir? Don't you think the first way happens to be def keyword? Already you people are clearly aware of how to create a function in Python using a def keyword. Second one is what I'm going to teach in today's class, that is using a lambda function. Is that clear? Now you might be having, sir, what is this lambda function, sir? You don't worry about that. What is this lambda function? All those things I'll just take it. Let me just do one thing. Let me just open the Sublime text. If the Sublime text is visible for everyone, please do respond by saying yes in the chat box. If you're able to see the Sublime text, please tell me yes. It is getting loaded. Okay. Are you able to see the Sublime text? Yes or no? Okay. Under functions, I would like to create a new folder. Maybe the new folder name happens to be a lambda function is what I will tell. Lambda functions. Okay, great. Under this lambda function, I'm going to consider example number 1.py. It's a pretty simple example. I want you to observe. It's a very important, guys. Now I'm telling, please do observe properly. And now, please tell me, I want to calculate the square of the given number. I want to calculate the square of the given number using a normal function methodology. If I tell you to write the program, are you in a position to write the answer or else write the logic? Yes or no? I want you to calculate the square of the given number. That means if I give 2, the answer should be 4. If I give 5, the answer should be what? 25. If I give 8, the answer should be 64, something like that. Are you in a position to write the logic for that? Please do respond. You might have to take the input from the user and you have to calculate the square of the given number. That's what the expectation using a def keyword. Yes, please do respond yes or no. Are you able to write the logic? I said it's pretty simple, right? Sir, what is the logic? So see here, in order to define the function, you may have to use a function. You may have to use a keyword called as def. Afterwards, I'll be giving the function name. The function name happens to be a square of a given number. Like this, I will tell. I will create a function. Yes, function is successfully created. Now what I'll do, you don't worry about the body of the function, all those things. You will just see it later. Now tell me, don't you think I may have to collect the input from the user? I may have to collect the input from the user. Now what I'll do, I'll take the input from the user. I have just told enter the number /t. The user will, by seeing this, the user will enter the number. Whatever the number that he has entered, it will be converted into integer. Now what I'll do, I'll call the function. Sir, what is the function name, sir? The function name happens to be square of. While calling the function, I will pass number. Whatever the data that is there in number, in a variable called as num, I'll pass. Don't you think if I'm passing within the argument, I may have to collect within the parameter? How many of them will agree with my point? Please do respond yes or no. Yes. Now what I'll do, I would like to return the output. Okay, sir, how are you going to return the output, sir? I will tell number multiplied by number. Now tell me, do you think it's a square of the number? Do you think I'll be getting the square? Yes or no? If I want to get the square, is this the logic? Correct, right? This is what the logic. Guys, please do respond yes or no. No, I'm not seeing any text in the chat box. Until you respond, I'll not be moving further. Okay, you also wait. I will also wait. Is that a correct logic to calculate the square of a number? Yes or no? Okay, that means if I just give 2, 2 into 2, 4. If I give 8, 8 into 8, 64, something like that, I'll be getting the output. If this function is returning the data, don't you think I may have to collect the data within a variable? That's the reason what I'll do. I'll just collect the data within a variable called as res. Now what I'll do, ultimately I'll just print res. I would like to print res. Okay, great. Now what I'll do, I would like to execute the program. I'll just do one thing. I'll just save. I'll just execute, enter the number. I'll be entering 3. If I enter 3, what will be the output that I can expect? Don't you think the output is what? 9? Is that clear? Please do respond. How many of them are able to understand? Yes or no? If I give the number as 8, the output is 64. Please do respond. Are you able to understand? Okay, great. Same program. What if I write in a single line of code? Sir, what, sir? Whatever you have written using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line of code, is that possible using a single line, sir? 100% it is possible using a single line. You just observe. That's it. You just observe. You might not understand the logic. Why? Because I'll explain the general syntax. Whenever you want to define a lambda function, you may have to tell the keyword called as what? Lambda keyword. Afterwards, you may have to tell what is the input that you'll be providing. By looking at the example number 1, same example you take. Please tell me, what is the input? Please do respond in the chat box. What is the input? What is the input? Guys, what is the input that I'm giving for function? Num, correct, right? I will tell input, colon. What is the expression or what is the calculation that we are doing? Please tell me what is the expression in order to get the desired output, or what is the calculation that we are doing? I don't think we are multiplying the number with number. See here. Now tell me how many of them are able to understand this line. Going ahead, you'll understand. If you're not able to understand also, you don't worry about that. Now observe properly. In this example, directly I will provide the input. I'll provide the input just for your reference. So here, I'll provide the input that happens to be 3. I will tell 3 is what the input that I told. Now, please observe properly. Directly, you can print the output on the console. We'll see. If I save, if I execute, observe properly. How many of them are able to understand the output? Yes or no? That's it. Are you able to understand? Yes, please do respond. Now tell me, what is the general syntax of lambda function? Maybe in the interview, if they're asking, tell the general syntax of lambda function, what you will tell? As if they're asking you the general syntax of lambda function, what you people will tell? Okay, someone is saying, sir, please provide the input by taking input function, sir. It's pretty simple, man. What is there in that? See here. Yeah. Instead of whatever the hard coded data that I have given, I'll be using input function. See here. Same single line of code. Whatever the operation that I did using 5 lines of code, using the normal approach, I can perform using a single line of code, using a lambda function. See here. Instead of previously, I have just given what? I have just told a 4 or 3, correct, right? Instead of providing the hard coded data, I will collect the input. If I save, if I execute, it is asking me to enter the number. I will enter the number happens to be 4. 4 score is 16. 16 is what the output that I got. Now tell me, how many of them are able to understand? Guys, don't write anything in your notes. Don't write anything. Just keep on observing. That's it. Example number 1.py. What is this example number 1.py? Don't you think example number 1.py is what? First, using def keyword is what I have thought. Using def keyword. I'll just do one thing. I'll just copy the complete example number 1. I would like to paste it. Next, I would like to write the output as well. Whatever the 2 output that I got, I would like to write that output on the console. Let me just do one thing. Let me just paste it here. Okay. Next, let me just consider a couple of scenarios. I'll just copy this. I'll just come back here. I'll just paste it. And next, using def keyword completely, you people got the clarity. Next, using lambda keyword, I can understand. Some of them are not able to understand. Why? Because I haven't taught you the general syntax and I have not taken the couple of examples. That's the reason. Now, using lambda function, that too using a lambda keyword, example number 2.py. See here, using a lambda function, that is using a lambda keyword. Example number 2, whatever I have written, I would like to copy the line. I'll paste it. Sir, what is the output, sir? Can I copy the same output? Why? Because same output is what I got. Yes or no? Can I copy the same output? Now, please tell me, when it comes to lambda function, one by one, I'll be asking the question. Just tell me the answer. Have I called the lambda function? That means, is there any name for lambda function that I have given? Like how I have given a square underscore of for defining a normal function. Have I given a name for a lambda function? Yes or no? Please do respond. Have I given the name for lambda function? Guys, the answer, whatever you will be giving, based upon that only I'm going to explain the topic. That's the reason. Please do respond. Have I given any name for lambda function? Yes or no? What is there in that? Guys, trust me, if you're not responding 100%, same response will be there from my side also. If you are very interactive in the class, if you are really interested, then only the same response you can expect from my side. If not, how you people will, what I can tell, respond in the same way I will also respond. That's it. Just tell me, guys, just look at the example number 2 and tell me, have I given any name for lambda function? Yes or no? No, I have not given any name, right? That means lambda functions are what? Nameless functions. Can I call lambda functions or nameless function? Yes. Similarly, lambda functions are anonymous functions. That means it will not be having any sort of name. Next, lambda functions are single line function. So on what basis you're telling lambda functions are single lines? See here, you only observe in a single line, I got the output. Now the other names for lambda function. In the interview, if they're asking lambda function, you have to tell the same definition. If they're asking what do you mean by anonymous function, you have to do the same definition. If they're asking nameless function, also same definition. If they're asking single line function also, you should tell the same answer. That means it's a very important topic. Now observe properly. Can I write what I can tell like this? See here, those 3 lines, whatever I'll be writing, I hope easily you'll be able to understand. Lambda functions are such functions in Python which are defined using lambda keyword. Just now you have seen. Next, lambda functions are anonymous functions or nameless functions. Generally, lambda functions are single line function. Next, observe properly. I would like to write the general syntax of lambda function. Just tell me whether you're able to understand the general syntax or not. How many of them are able to understand the general syntax? Yes or no? That's it. Lambda input, whatever you want to provide, you can just tell like this. Afterwards, colon, and you can just tell the logic or the expression. See here, like how I have provided the logic or the expression. Is that clear? Please do respond. Is that clear? Sir, then why you have taken the inputs here, sir? Input is this one only. If you want to take the, that means if you want to provide the input in the same line, then like this you have to provide. Is that fine? Like this you have to provide. If not, maybe in the above line, you can just declare some number like this, and you can just pass the data. That we will see. We will explore in detail about lambda function. But as of now, are you able to understand the general syntax of lambda function? Yes or no? That's it. Okay, great. Shall I consider one more example? Please do respond. Shall I consider one more example? And one more thing, I'll just do one thing. I'll just consider example number. I'll just write a program to calculate this first one. Calculate the square of the given number. Square of the given number using both def and lambda keyword. Using both def and both lambda keyword. That's what the question that they have given. Assume that. Next, using def keyword you have seen. Next, using lambda keyword also you have seen. And next one, see here, write a program to calculate. Okay, what is the second example that I have to take? I'll just tell maybe division or quotient. Okay, calculate the quotient of the given number. Please tell me how to calculate the quotient. You just tell me the logic. This program, I'll just take it. I'll just write on. Don't worry about that. Just tell me the what I can, the logic. Don't you think if I divide 100 by 50, what will be the output? We'll see how many of them will tell the answer. If I divide 100 by 50, what will be the output? You have to tell the proper output. No, Shankar, whatever the answer that you told is wrong. What is the answer? If you divide 100 by 50, integer divided by integer, What will be the expected output? Integer divided by integer. What will be the expected output? Think and answer. If you would have watched operator concept, then easily you can tell the answer. No, forget about operator. I think in the integer only I have told, right? Okay, why to go for operator? While explaining the integer concept, I have told integer divided by integer float. That's the reason the output will be what? 2.0. Is that fine? The output is 2.0. Now just keep on observing. I'll just do one thing. Let me just write the logic using the normal function. Afterwards, we'll just do one thing. We will write the logic using lambda functions. Will that be fine for everyone? Please do respond. I'll be writing the logic for this particular program using normal function, that is def keyword. Next, I'll be teaching the lambda function. I'll just do one thing, example number 3.py. Here, when it comes to example number 4.py, I'll just tell example number 4.py. If you observe example number 3 and example number 4, it is pretty simple. We'll see how many of them will understand. Let me just divide this. Okay, great. Now I'm telling, please observe properly. Let me just go back to the Sublime text. In the Sublime text, let me just consider example number 3.py. And this example number 3.py, it is pretty simple. Whenever you want to perform division, don't you think a numerator and denominator is required? Yes or no? Please do respond. Numerator and denominator is required. How many of them will agree with my point? Yes or no? Guys, this is 24th class of Python. At least by now, you people should be aware of the logics. Directly, I'm going to write the logic. Just tell me, are you in a position to understand the logic or not? See here, the function name is calculate quotient, and numerator I have collected, denominator I have collected, and I'm just returning the numerator divided by denominator. Next, I'm just calling the function called as calculate quotient, and I'm just passing the data. 100 divided by 50, I will tell 100 divided by 50. Now, what will be the output if I execute? Sir, what is there in that, sir? 50.0, sir. Sorry, 2.0, sir. See here, 2.0 is the output. Similarly, I would like to consider a couple of examples. Please tell me the answer for this one. If I take 300 by 3, 100.0, 5.0, will you agree with my point? Yes, all these things, it's a choto-moto concept in Python. Now my concentration is not towards writing the logic using the def keyword. No, I should show you how to write the logic using lambda functions. Is that fine? Now what I'll do, I'll just come back to example number 4.py. Now you people should tell me, whenever you want to define a lambda function, what is the keyword that I have to use? What is the keyword that I have to use? Please do respond. Lambda keyword. Very good. Next, colon I will tell. Left side of the colon, what I have to write? Left side of the colon, what I have to write? Inputs. I will copy this. I will paste it here. Is that clear for everyone? Please do respond. Is that clear? Okay. Next, right side of the colon, what I have to write? Don't you think I have to write the logic? I have written the logic here. That's it. Next, whenever you want to provide the input, sir, how will you provide the input? So that is pretty simple. See here. Guys, if you want, you can store within a variable and you can print. If not, directly you can print. And I'm going to provide the input as well. Sir, what input will provide, sir? Whatever the input that I have provided here, that's what I'm going to provide here also. See here, 50, I'll just tell like this. Next, let me just do one thing. I would like to directly print the output on the console, or in this example, I'm going to store within a variable called as res. Later, I will print res. Okay. I'll copy this. I'll paste it. This time, what I'll just tell 300,3. I will tell 300,3. Now, if I save, if I execute, same output. What is there in that? A 2.0, 100.0. One more question is what, which is very important. When it comes to normal function, I'm using a return keyword to return the output. Correct, right? Please tell me, when it comes to lambda function, no name I have given, no, nothing. I'm not calling the lambda function. Automatically, it will be called. And one more very important thing, am I returning the output in the lambda function? Yes or no? Am I returning any output? No, I'm not returning any sort of output using the return keyword. So then how the output will be returned, sir? Automatically, the lambda function will return the output. Is that fine? Please do respond. Automatically, lambda function will only return the output. Whatever the output that it will be returning, I'm just storing within a variable called as res. If not directly, you can print it on the console. Now tell me, how many of them are able to understand? Please do respond. Yes, sir, we understood at least some 10% about lambda function. I'm not expecting you to understand 100%. Maybe after a couple of minutes, you'll understand. At least 10%. Okay. I'll just do one thing. I'll just copy that lambda function, whatever I have written, and I'm going to paste the output as well. When it comes to output, it is pretty simple. Save, execute. Okay. Paste it. Okay. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? Now, one more note point is what I'm going to write. So what is the note point, sir? When it comes to lambda function, please tell me you have seen, that is the reason I'm asking. In case of lambda function or in lambda function, please tell me, programmers cannot return the output explicitly using return keyword because lambda functions will only return the output implicitly. Yes or no? Please do respond yes or no. Very good. Very good. Next, lambda functions are single use function. That means whenever you want to use that function, single use. See here, again, if I want to use the functions here, I don't know whether you people would have observed or not. This function I have used once by providing a single input. That's it. So again, if you want to use, you cannot reuse this function. You cannot reuse this function. You have to write once again, yes or no. It's a single line function. It's a single use function. That's also very important. I'm going to write the note point here. See here, lambda functions are single use function. Next, in case of lambda functions, programmers cannot return the output explicitly using return keyword because lambda functions will only return the output implicitly. Is that clear? Please do respond. Is that clear for everyone? I want you to tell the answer. Yes or no? Okay, great. Now let us just proceed further. I'll just do one thing. I'll just consider the next sort of example so that you people will understand even more better. Okay. I'll just do one thing. Let me just consider example number, what I can take. Okay. I'll just consider example number 5, example number 5.py. Okay. In this example number 4, there are some drawbacks. Sir, what are the drawbacks in example number 4, sir? In that example, lambda functions cannot be called multiple times. Yes or no? I don't know whether you have observed or not. We cannot call the lambda function multiple times. Correct, right? Because it is not having the name. Correct, right? But you people might be asking this doubt. Sir, generally it's a single use function. Generally it's a single line function. I don't know whether you have observed or not. See here, when it comes to lambda function, generally it's a single line function. But if you want to call the lambda function again and again, is that possible, sir? 100% it is possible. In order to call the lambda function multiple times, we have to use the object reference. How, sir? How to use the object reference, sir? That you don't worry about. That's here. At least this note point, are you able to understand? In this above example number 4, lambda functions cannot be called multiple times because it is not having the name. Correct. Next, in order to call the lambda function multiple times, we have to use object reference. Sir, how, sir? Don't worry, I'm going to show you this here, shown below. I'll just tell like this. I'll just show that in this example number 5. Let me just do one thing. Let me just go back to the Sublime text. In this Sublime text, I'm going to consider example number 5.py. Same example, whatever the finding the quotient. Now what I'll do, I want you to tell the answer. Once again, I'm going to ask you the question. How to define a lambda function? Sir, what is there, sir? Lambda keyword, colon, input, output. Input, what I'll do, I'll just tell n, d. That means numerator, denominator. Anything you can take. Next, what I'll do, I'll perform numerator divided by denominator. Next, I will not pass the input in the same line. Sir, why, sir? Why? Because don't you think I have to call the lambda function again and again? I will tell a variable called as r, or I'll just tell this happens to be ref. I will tell anything you can take. Now tell me, if I call ref, now I'll be able to pass two data. That means I can pass these two data. I'll just tell 100, 50 is what I'm going to pass. Next, I will save, I will execute. Same output is what I got, but I'm not getting the output. Sir, why you're not getting the output? Please tell me, if you are having some minimum common sense, please tell me why I'm not getting the output. Because I'm getting the output. Don't you think I'm not printing the output on the console? 100% I'm getting the output, but I'm not printing the output on the console. If I save, if I execute, now tell me how many of them are able to understand? That means if you want to call the lambda function, there is no name. That's the reason. Do one thing. Using the reference variable, which is pointing to the object, you can call the lambda function. Sir, again, is that possible to provide the data, sir? Yeah, 100%. See here, I'll just tell 300, 3, I will tell 300, 3. If I execute here 100.0, now tell me how many of them are able to understand. We can call lambda functions multiple times using object reference. Please do respond by saying yes or no. We can call lambda functions using object reference. That means we need not to provide the input in the same line. You provide the input in the next line by using the reference variable which is pointing to the lambda object. Is that fine? Shall I proceed to the next example? Please do respond. Shall I proceed to the next example? Okay. Observe. I'm going to write some note point. In order to call the lambda function, there are two ways. All those two ways you have seen. So here, this happens to be example number 5. Okay. Using this particular parenthesis at the same line where lambda functions is defined. That's what you have seen in example number 4. So here, using the parenthesis, you provide the input in the same line. That is first way. What about the second way, sir? Using the object reference which is pointing to the lambda function. So here, using the object reference which is pointing to the lambda function, also you can provide the input. That is what you have learned in example number 5. Is that clear for everyone? Please do respond. Is that clear for everyone? Shall I proceed further? Please do respond. Shall I proceed further? Okay. One more thing, please tell me. Let me just consider the next example. Using def keyword, I will teach this example. I'll just do one thing. Example number 6.py. I will tell example number 6.py. In this example, I'll just do one thing using def keyword. Some simple example is what I'm going to consider. I'll just do one thing. I'll just go back to the Sublime text. Okay, in the Sublime text, let me just consider example number 6.py. Example number 6.py is pretty simple. Okay, sir, what is that example number 6.py, sir? Please tell me, in order to calculate the power of given number, what I have to do? I don't know whether people are aware of this or not. Yes, you people are aware of this. Please tell me in arguments I have taught. Whenever you want to calculate the power of a given number, you have to just tell like this, double star. Very good. Double star. Now, please tell me, are you in a position to understand this logic? Yes, I'm not wasting the time by writing the logic and all because it's a pretty simple logic. See here what I have done. It's pretty simple. I have defined a function called as power of, and this happens to be number, this happens to be power, and I'm just telling number raised to the power. And if I just execute, if I execute 100%, I'll be able to get the data here, calculating power of the given data, and I'm getting what? 25. Now you people should tell me the answer. When it comes to the normal function, whatever I have used in example number 6, how many lines of code I have written within the body of the function? Please do respond. How many lines of code I have written within the body of the function? Guys, this is body of function. How many lines of code I have written? Very good. 2 lines of code. Same thing. If we try to do using lambda function, it is not possible. Sir, how, sir? You only observe what I'll do. I'll just tell this happens to be a lambda function, lambda keyword, colon I will tell. Left side of the colon, what I have to tell? I have to just tell the input. Sir, what is the input, sir? I will just copy paste. Why I have to waste my energy? I'll just paste it. Sir, what about the expression, sir? This is what the expression. I'll just write the expression here. So here I'll just write the expression. Next, just keep on observing. I'll just do one thing. I'll just tell print something. I'll just tell print calculating power, something like this. I will tell. Copy this and I'll just give some space, paste it, and in a single line I'll try to provide the input. I hope you people are clearly aware of how to provide the input in a single line. I'll just do one thing. I'll just try to provide the data in a single line. What is the data? 5,2. Copy this, paste it here. I would like to use print function. That means directly I'm printing the output. That means ultimately you'll be getting the output as error. Sir, why, sir? Why? Because you cannot consider multi-lines within a lambda function. Is that fine? You cannot consider a multi-lines. If I execute here, what is the error that I got? Syntax error. Now tell me how many of them are able to understand? Inside lambda function, we cannot consider multi-lines. Yes or no? That's it. Please do respond. How many of them are able to understand? This is example number 7. I'll just tell example number 7.py. So what is example number 7, sir? Whatever the example that I have taken here, I would like to copy that. Let me just paste it here. And example number 6 is pretty simple. I have used multiple lines within the body of the function, and ultimately I got the output as well. So what is output, sir? I'll just execute that program. Let me just copy paste the output. That means 2 lines of output, whatever I got. I would like to paste it there. That's it. Next, let me just copy this, paste it here. Now I'm going to give you some note point. Just tell me, are you able to understand that note point or not? Normal functions are multi-line functions. Yes or no? Normal functions are multi-line functions. Yes or no? Yes. Lambda functions are single line functions. That means we cannot consider lambda functions as multi-line functions as shown above. That means in the example number 7. See here, as shown above, I cannot consider. If I try to take, what will be the output? Syntax error. Now tell me how many of them are able to understand example number 6 and 7. If you're able to understand example number 6 and 7, please do respond by saying yes in the chat box. Okay, great. Once again, I'll teach you this one also. I'll just teach you this one also. When it comes to example number 6, don't you think I have used return keyword to return the output? I have used return keyword to return the output. Yes or no? Yes. But when it comes to lambda function, we'll just check it out. I'll just do one thing. Example number 8.py, I will consider example number 8.py. In example number 5, using a def keyword. So you're using a def keyword. I have used return keyword to return the output. But is that possible to use a return keyword within lambda? That we will take care. I'll just do one thing. I'll just go back to a sublime text. Within the sublime text, guys, by default, lambda function will return the output implicitly. You cannot return the output explicitly. I'll just tell you example number 9.py. And this example number 9, I would like to return the output using lambda function. Sir, how, sir? Like this, let me just do one thing. Let me just calculate something. I'll just do one thing. I'll just still, okay, lambda functions. Okay, within a result variable, I'm just storing. Next, I'll just tell directly, if I tell n star n double star p, I'll be getting the output. No issue in that. N double star p, I'll be getting the output. No issues. But if I tell return n star p, and I will provide the input here. I'll provide the input here. Maybe the input happens to be 4,2, I will tell, or 4,3. And if I just try to print the output on the console, see here I'll just do one thing. If I print res, if I execute, don't you think I cannot use return keyword within lambda function? How many of them are able to understand? We can never use return keyword within a lambda function. Is that clear? Please do respond. Is that clear? I'm going to write it as the output. Let me just do one thing. Let me just copy paste the complete output, whatever I have written there. I'm going to paste it. Okay. Next, some note point is what I'm going to give. Just observe properly. Just give me a minute. I'll just check it out whether I have it on all the points. Okay, let me just come back here. Okay, I'll just tell like this here. Note point. Within a lambda function, we cannot use return statement. Yes or no? Please do respond yes or no. I want a very quick response from your side. Now, in the interview, if someone is asking, define lambda function, take some simple example, very simple example, and demonstrate lambda functions. If they're asking, are you in a position to tell the definition for them? Similarly, are you in a position to take the simple examples? Yes or no? That's it. Please do respond, guys. Okay, very good. And one more point I'm going to give in the heading here. So here, I'll just tell like this, read this point. In general, Lambda functions are single usage functions. Yes, 100%. But if you want to call the Lambda functions again and again, then we have to use what? Then we cannot use the name of the Lambda function. Why? Because Lambda functions are nameless functions. So we may have to use the object reference pointing to the Lambda function. I hope I have just taken the example. We'll also have given the note point, but let it be there in the main part. Is that fine? Shall I proceed further, guys? If you tell me to proceed further, I'll proceed further. Please do respond. Okay, great. Now, in the interview, they're asking differentiate between a normal function and Lambda function. In the interview, they're asking differentiate between a normal function and Lambda function. What you will do, sir, it's pretty simple, sir. I'll just do one thing. I'll just copy this. Let me just do one thing. Let me just go back to the whiteboard, and this whiteboard, you people should tell me what are the difference between Lambda functions and normal functions. You people should tell me the answer. I'll just do one thing. This is normal function. This is Lambda function. I'll put one table. Let me just consider one table. Okay, great. I'm going to divide the table into two columns. First one happens to be normal function. Second one happens to be Lambda function. I just keep on telling. First point. Please respond. What is the first point? We can define. I'll be telling you the point. You should just tell me the answer. We can define normal function using what kind of keyword? We can define normal function using what kind of keyword? I don't know. You should tell me the answer. If you want to define a normal function, what is the keyword that you'll be using? Guys, if you very good. Def keyword, using def keyword. Similarly, please tell me when it comes to Lambda function, what kind of keyword we have to use? Sir, what is this, sir? It is pretty simple, sir. Using Lambda keyword. Okay, is that clear? Next, second point. I would like to consider second point. Okay, sir, what is the second point, sir? While defining the name of the function, is that compulsory to provide the name? Yes or no? While defining the name of the function, is that compulsory to provide the name? 100%. Correct, right? See here, I'll just tell like this. While defining the normal function, we have to provide the name. We have to provide the name for the function. That means we have to provide the name for the function. Please tell me when it comes to Lambda function. Please tell me, is that compulsory to provide the name? What about compulsory, not compulsory? Lambda functions will not take any sort of name. Why? Because it is nameless functions here. While defining Lambda functions, we need not to provide the name of the function. We need not to provide the name of the function because it's a nameless function. It's anamika. That's it. In Kannada, if I want to tell, or in any language, anamika. That's it. It will not be having any sort of name. Is that clear, guys? Okay. Now tell me, when it comes to returning the output using the normal function, how we have to return the output? Please tell me. I'll just tell like this. In order to return the output using normal function, what we have to do? In order to return the output using normal function, we have to explicitly, that means as a programmer, we have to write that. We have to explicitly use return keyword. It's or no? We have to explicitly use return keyword. Next, please tell me when it comes to Lambda function, is that the same case? Please do respond. Is that the same case? In order to return the output using Lambda functions, we don't have to use return keyword. That means I'll just tell like this. In order to return the output using Lambda function, just give me 1 minute of time. I'll just plug in the charger. Okay, fine. See here, in order to return the output using lambda function, implicitly, it will return the output. It will return the output. Yes or no? Please do respond. That means in order to return the output using lambda function, by default, I'll just tell by default, implicitly it will return the output. That means you need not to do anything. Automatically, it will return the output. That's what the point says. Next point, please tell me, normal function, is that a single line function or multi-line function? Normal function. It's a multi-line function. It's a multi-line function. Next, when it comes to here, I'll just tell it's a single line function. It's a single line function. Is that fine? Next, the last point. Okay, I'll just tell like this. Observe properly. I'll just consider generally normal functions are multi-use functions. Sir, what is the meaning of this multi-use, sir? Or what is the meaning of single-use function, sir? You don't worry about that. I'm going to give you the example. At which instance you may have to go for lambda functions. All those things I will tell. Generally, lambda functions are single-use function. Generally, lambda functions are single-use functions. Sir, what is the meaning of this, sir? For example, please tell me, you want to attend my session, Python session, on a daily basis. That means daily you have to attend. Now tell me what kind of function you'll use. Assume that daily you have to attend Python class. What kind of function you'll use? Normal function. Why? Because multi-use. That means you'll just keep on attending the class day by day, correct, right? But assume that you will enter what I can tell, a flight, or for example, okay, bus. I'll just take a bus. In bus, you'll be encountering many of the conductors, correct, right? You'll ask the conductor for a ticket. At that point of time, please tell me, is the conductor, whatever you'll be interacting, it's a single time use or multiple times? Do you think daily you'll be going for that same conductor to ask the ticket? No, right? You'll be visiting multiple bus and you'll be encountering multiple conductors. At that point of time, now tell me, for conductor, do you tell all your details, like what's your name, what is your father name, what's your mother name, what's your wife name, what's your girlfriend name, boyfriend name, how many girlfriends do you have? No, right? All those things you will not tell for a conductor. That means a single usage. What you will do? You'll just give the money, he'll just give the ticket. That's it. That is single line function. That means don't worry in the programming. I'll just tell you, whenever there is a situation that will arise where that function will be used only once and you have to write the function very precisely, that means in a single line, then you may have to go for lambda function. So what about normal function, sir? If you want to use this function for a longer duration, then you have to go for a normal function. Is that clear? Please do respond. Is that clear? This difference is very important. All I'm telling, difference is very important. Just do one thing. Just take the screenshot of this difference. Take the screenshot of this difference. Okay, please tell me how many difference I have given. How many difference I have told? I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 difference is what I have given. In the interview, if they're asking, please do tell them all 5 differences. Is that clear? Don't skip any of the difference. Okay, hope that you have taken the screenshot. Let me just do one thing. Let me just share you the screen. Day 24. Now, how many of them are able to write the diagram number 1? That is the difference, whatever you have taken. Fine. Please tell me in the interview if they're asking, tell the difference about normal function and lambda function. Are you in a situation to tell them the answer? Yes or no? That's it. All 5 points you should tell. You should not skip any single point. All the 5 points you should tell. Okay, you tell all the 5 points. Can I expect you to tell all the 5 points? Okay, we'll see that. One more program I'll just give. Observe properly. I read a program to calculate the largest of the given number using largest of given numbers, largest of given two numbers using lambda functions. This one program. Similarly, you may have to write the program to calculate the largest of given 3 numbers using lambda functions. Sir, is that a difficult program, sir? 100% it's not a difficult program, provided Now tell me how many of them would have watched operator video? Yes or no? That's it. If you would have watched operator video, then you'll understand in a very better manner. That's the reason I'm asking. Have you watched operator videos? If not, please do watch as soon as possible. Now let me just consider example number 9.py. Sir, in operator, which topic you're speaking, sir? Are you people aware of ternary operator? Yes or no? That's it. Are you people aware of ternary operator? Please do respond by saying yes or no. I know many of them would have skipped. God bless them. Nothing can be done. Now I'm going to use the ternary operator approach. Now, if you are asking, sir, please explain ternary operator. No, please do watch the last video in the operator. You'll understand what is ternary operator. Now, how to calculate the largest of given numbers using lambda functions is what I'll explain. Then how to calculate the largest of given three numbers using lambda function is what I'm going to explain. I'll just do one thing. I'll just come back to Sublime text. In this Sublime text, let me just consider, I have just taken example number 9. Why I have considered example number 9? Oh, sorry. I think example number 9 I have not pasted. If I'm not wrong, correct, right? Example number 9 I have not pasted on the notes. You could have told me, right? Okay, no issues. Example number 9. Let me just copy this. No, I have just copied. Then how come example number 8? Okay. Here I think I have skipped the example, correct, right? After example number 7, I have just taken example number 9. Let me just cut it. I'll just create example number 8.py. Yeah. Example number 8 is this one. Example number 9, whatever the topic that I'm going to teach right now. Is that clear, guys? Please do respond. Okay. Now you people should guide me how to write the logic. I don't know. You people should guide me how to write the logic. It's pretty simple logic. First, how to define a lambda keyword or lambda function. Guide me step by step. Step by step. Please do respond. How to define a lambda function? I said it's pretty simple. You have to think like me. Sir, it's pretty simple, sir. Use a lambda keyword, sir. You just put the colon. If it is two number, please tell me how many variables that I have to declare. How many inputs? If I'm passing two numbers, how many inputs that I have to take? Two inputs. I'll just define within a variable called as a, b. Now, what I have to do? I have to write some logic. Sir, what kind of logic you will write, sir? Whatever the logic that I'm writing, this logic already I have taught in operators concept. Please do refer. If in case A is greater than B, then who is the largest among A and B? Please do respond. Who is the largest among A and B? If A is greater than B, A is the largest. Else, who is the largest? B is the largest. Now tell me how many of them were able to understand the logic part? Yes or no? That's it. Are you able to understand the logic part? If it is yes, very good. If it is no, very, very good. Please watch the operator video. That's what I can tell. Now, I'll put the brackets. That is very important. Next. I may have to provide the input. If you want to provide the input, please tell me. That's up to your wish, guys. Now I'm telling that's up to your wish. Maybe you can just tell like this. Maybe store within a variable called as res. Now you just call the res function. Within this res function, use input function. Here also you just use the input function. I hope you people are very clear why I'm using input function. I'll be taking the input from the end user. It will call the lambda function. It will pass the data. After passing the data, it will just calculate all these things. Again, it will return the output. The output is what will be displayed on the console. Now, if I execute the program, I will provide 10 and 20. See here, 10, enter, 20, enter. Please tell me what will be the output. Do you think I'll be getting the output as 10 or I'll be getting the output as 20? Think and answer. What will be the output? It's all these simple things you have to tell. What is the output? 10 or 20? 20 will be the output. Correct, right? Why? Because do you think 10 is greater than 20? 10 is greater than 20. No, that is the reason the output is not A. That means 10 is not the output. Then what is the output? B is the output. That means in the place of B, I'm passing 20. If I press enter, now tell me how many of them were able to understand? I think I have not printing the output on the console. I'm getting the output. Sorry for that. I'm not printing the output on the console. That's what the small mistake I have committed. Okay, I'll just save this. I'll just execute this once again. If I execute 10, 20 is the answer. Are you able to understand? Yes or no? That's it. Are you people able to understand? If you want the clarity, I'll just tell greatest number is greatest number. I'll just save, I'll execute, I'll just provide I think some small mistake. The data should be given in the form of a string. Okay, afterwards I have to just tell comma. Next, if I save, if I execute, first number 10, second number 20, the greatest number is 20. Very good. Next, I'll copy this. I'll just come back to the notes. I'm going to paste the output. Let me just consider another set of output. Here only I'll just do the alteration. Please tell me if I provide 20 and sorry, if I provide 40 and if I provide 20, what will be the largest number? Don't you think 40 will be the largest number? Sir, please execute, sir. If not, we will not believe. Okay, don't believe me. Believe the Python. I'll just do one thing. I'll just come back to Sublime Text. I'll just save this, execute 40, enter 20. The greatest is 40. Is that clear for everyone? Please do respond. Is that clear? As nobody will be teaching like this, like in detail. No one I'm telling. Next one. Sir, what is the next approach? Sir, next approach is pretty simple. What they're asking, take 3 input from the end user. That means what I will do, I'll copy this. I'll just come back to the Sublime Text. Example number 10 is what I consider. See here, I'm going to erase all these things. I don't want it. Here also I don't want it. Let me just close all the window, whatever I have opened. Okay, save that. Okay, close this also. Lambda functions example number 10. Okay, I'll paste it. Now you people should think and answer. How many input I have to take? That is very important. How many input I have to take? Please be very quick. How many input I have to take? Very good. 3 input. That's the reason what I'll do. Is there any confusion for anyone in line number 2? Is there any confusion for anyone in line number 2? Yes or no? That's it. Is there any confusion? Line number 2? No. Line number 1, it is not yet completed. Now tell me, if I want to consider A as the largest, then don't you think I should be getting the output like this? If in case A should be greater than B and portion, and that means along with A is greater than B, satisfied, very good, true. A should also be greater than C. Then only I can come to a conclusion that A is greater than among all the number. Will you agree with my point? If I want to consider A is the greatest, don't you think I should be getting the clarity that A is greater than B and A is greater than C? Then I can just tell, yes, boss, A is the largest number, return the output and print the output on the console. If not, observe properly. Please observe. Now, yeah, please observe. I want to consider B. That means the output should be B. If I want to consider output should be B, don't you think? If this condition fails, A is greater than B, then only the control goes to the next block. Then what I'll do, then I'll just tell like this. Please observe. I'll just tell else the output is B. Else the output is B. If and only if B should be greater than C, then only please here. Guys, if this condition fails, A is greater than B, then what happens? No, A is not the largest number. Directly the else block will be executed. Then in order to consider B as the greatest, B should be greater than C. Why? Because already it has confirmed that B is greater than A. Correct, right? Now B is greater than C means what? I can just come to a conclusion that B is the largest. Nothing, sir. A is not greater than B. A is not greater than C. B is also not greater than C. That's the reason what I'll do. I will tell at last 100% C should be the largest number. I'll tell else C should be the largest number. If you want to understand this logic, please watch the operator, ternary operator concept. I'll just do one thing. I'll just close this bracket. If I save, if I execute, I'll pass the data like this. I'll tell 10, 20, 30. Greatest number is 30. Next, I will save, I will execute 34, 67, 33. 67 is the largest. Now tell me how many of them are in a position to understand the answer? Yes or no? Please do respond. Now, day 1, I can understand you are feeling lambda function is very difficult. But if you practice the lambda function, please tell me, is that a very difficult task? If you practice lambda function, is it a very difficult task? Don't you think? Instead of writing 10 lines of code, if you write a single line of code and if you are able to get the output properly, you can impress the interviewer and easily you can get a job? Yes or no? Because the same program, whatever I have written here, it can be written using 10 lines of code, using if else condition, if else condition, by taking the input in 3 lines, storing within the data, call the function and all. Will you agree with my point? Instead of the directly, you can write the program like this. Now tell me, how many of them are able to understand example number 10.py? If your answer is yes, tell me yes. If it is no, tell me no. At least respond by saying something. Okay, great. Now, please observe properly. I'll just do one thing. I'll just save this. In session number one of Lambda functions, what I have thought, don't you think? Day 24. Let me just do one thing. Let me just share you the screen. I'm going to share the complete screen. I'll just do one thing. I'll just minimize this. Go back to the notes. In these notes, what I'll just tell, it is day 24, session number 1. Let me just save that file. Before that, save this, close this. I'll just tell day 24, session number 1. Let me just consider session number 1. Okay, session number 1. What I have taught you what do you mean by Lambda functions, and I have taught you the different scenarios of Lambda function, and I have taught you what the definition of Lambda function, all those things, difference between normal function, Lambda function, all those things I have taught. Yes or no? Next, I will tell day 24, session number 2. Is that fine, guys? Right now, for session number 1, we'll hold the technical discussion here. Is that clear? Next, in the next session, we will see the next topics. Okay. Yeah, great.